Everybody who has my DVD called How I Did It will recognize this painting. As a reminder, you saw me actually create it every step of the way, from building an accurate foundation, just like building a house. There are many ways to do this, like a grid, or proportional compass, or live sketching, or a method I use for critical work, a video projector, where I project a photo right onto the canvas and trace a simple line sketch. It's a very accurate method. I showed you my palette and took you through the first laying down of a background, then seeing values, adding color, creating skin tones, and painting details. I even gave you a menu so you could go back and practice individual steps that you wanted to do better. Now I'm going to show you how to make this painting even one step better with this very thin glazing medium. First, I cover the entire face with a light coat of just the medium over the dry finished portrait. I want to be sure to cover all the areas that need glazing. Then I begin by laying in a very transparent white. This is the effect of making skin tone even more realistic looking. Plus, later I will lay some red to warm up certain areas, or blue and green to cool them. It's important to use a transparent white, like flake white, or a special white called Kremnitz white. That one is kind of expensive, but it really does a great job. I keep the paint very thin and transparent because I wanted to control how much the glazing is modifying the existing color and value. Too much cover is worse than not enough. Remember, you're trying to just modify or enhance what is already there, not change it completely. Although it's hard to see here because it's very subtle, but I'm applying blue to this area to cool the shadow and the feeling of depth as the skull rolls away to the distance. I warmed the cheek and surrounding area by adding red right across the face. For this first pass, it was a very light coat, very little paint, just to see if I liked the effect. I even went all the way over to the ear. Then I added more as I felt it needed it. Remember, you have this control. If you get too much medium or paint on the painting, just wipe it down with a soft cloth and replace the area. Back to the forehead, where I added a little more blue to strengthen the illusion of depth. And then I cooled the areas under the eyes with some of that blue. It seems that because of the overhang of the brow, the eyes are somewhat shielded from the sun, and therefore the skin below the eyes is usually less tanned. That might be an old wives' tale, but I do see the likeness on many faces. I also used the white to reduce the chroma or color value of the jaw or muzzle area. Again, the theory is men's beards tend to make this happen. I lightened this little area next to the nostril to make the nose have more depth, and continued making many highlight suggestions to add some contrast here and there. As I said, they are tiny, but they do seem to make the painting more alive. Here I softened the harsh spot of reflection on the forehead. I jumped around, putting little highlights or sparkles in random spots. I'm not sure it made much of a difference in the look of the painting, or it wasn't just a waste of time, but it made me feel better. I even brightened up the top of the ear since it stuck out in the light. I think these little attentions to details are what make a painting sparkle. In this case, I wanted to actually lower the appearance of the cheekbone. I don't really do this unless it's to correct a serious mistake. Look how much better the skin tone looks with just these subtle additions. With a little practice, you will feel how much or how little you need to get the effect you want. Also, if you want to get my DVD to show you how I painted the original portrait, Just go to my website, www.irvrudley.com. The first page will show you samples of my work, and along the top you will see the words Teaching DVD. Click on those words and it will take you to this page where you can order the DVD using PayPal. One click and you're on your way to painting exciting portraits.